Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through my workout routine, but this video is mainly about the things that you are possibly doing wrong and as to why your glutes are not growing and why you're not reaching your potential, because I do get a lot of questions about why some people they're not growing. But anyways, if you're new to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button to join the family and follow me on my socials to keep up with me because I post more. And yeah, let's start. So as you know, everybody knows that squats is great for your glutes and your legs. It's great for your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, and a little bit of your calves depending on how you do it. But when it comes to squats, they are great, but they are not specifically if you want your bum to grow. Now, if you want your legs and your glutes to grow, you should be doing glute activation and isolation exercises, okay? Now, like I said in the past, I always say how literally I prefer the squat machine than doing squats on a regular bar, because when it comes to the Smith machine, I have more control of to where I want the weight to be targeting in my legs and in my glutes. So versus when you're using the bar, it kind of like it makes it harder because you're really focusing on making sure that your back is straight, making sure that you're not bending and all these other things, which is why I prefer the Smith machine. And you guys, this is also really important. It's not every time that you do legs that you need to be doing heavy lifting and maxing out your weight and your reps and everything. Sometimes really you need to just do low weight and a whole bunch of reps. That will do so much for you, you have no idea. Sometimes obviously I'll do more strength training, and then the other days I'm like, you know what, I really want to have a pump, blah blah blah, so I'm gonna do low weight, high reps. And what that does is it basically helps tear your muscles, because like I always said too, you don't always want to do the same exercise routine. Because why? Because your glutes and your body is going to get used to it. You literally need to be shocking your muscles and basically just surprising your muscles every time you work out, because you want to tear those muscles and so they can reform, if that makes sense. Okay, so moving on, another thing that you are probably doing really bad is form. Form, ladies and gentlemen, is hella important. If you didn't know, I'm telling you now, form is very, 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 very important. You're gonna see in this video in the beginning, I usually in all my exercises, I like to make sure and get comfortable before I start the exercise. Don't rush yourself, okay? Because then you're gonna be doing nonsense and you're not doing it properly, okay? See how I stumble forward a little bit? You don't want that. Before you do your exercise, make sure you are in the proper position. Especially when it comes to legs, you want to have the weight and everything focusing on your legs, and for this exercise you don't want your arms, don't use your arms to be pulling the weight. Make sure your back is straight, your shoulders are back. And if you notice, my eyes and my neck are kind of going with the movement. Okay, so you don't want to be bending your neck. And like I said, literally it's form. You need to know and learn how to use proper form. It's very important, okay? Honestly guys, when I first started working out, I wasn't the greatest on form, so don't beat yourself up or be hard on yourself if your form isn't great. That's just the part of learning and understanding how to do them, taking your time, okay? So like I said, just take your time, learn how to do them, because if you're not having the right form and you want the exercises to target your glutes specifically, probably how you're doing it is going to target your hamstrings or your quads. So like I said, just take your time, okay? Don't rush. This is for the booty, okay? Don't be rushing, okay? And what I just realized too that I forgot to mention is when you're doing legs, honestly guys, you need to get into the habit of not counting how many reps, okay? Because sometimes what you just need to do is just go till you can't anymore, okay? And supersetting is your best friend. You want to superset, and like I keep saying, you really want to tear those muscles, because if you don't feel sore the next day, my girl, my friend, what are you doing? So just superset. Sometimes literally when I'm doing an exercise or doing my glutes, I just go till I can't anymore. And you really want to feel the burn, okay? The burn is your best friend. Speaking of burn, honestly, you guys, throughout this whole video, this is just my opinion and the things that worked for me. Obviously, everybody has their own opinion about fitness and how they should be doing, blah, blah, blah. Listen, this is what works for me. This is why people follow me and subscribe to me. I'm giving my honest opinion and what helped me and what works for me, okay? So obviously, not everything is gonna work for everybody. Just keep that in mind. But these are just tips and experiences that I'm giving. So yeah, anyways, like I was talking about burn, I don't mind burn, okay? Don't be afraid of a challenge, which is why I'm pretty much using 2 bands for all my exercises. Like I said, I usually do strength training where I'll do heavy weights and then low reps, and then today particularly I'm doing low weights and more reps. So I like to add bands because sometimes the machine or exercise that you're doing, it's targeting the muscles, but the bands do that little extra and target the little parts of your legs or glutes that the machine isn't really targeting. So now we move on to my favorite exercise. Honestly, the hip abduction and hip thrusts are really what helped me grow my glutes. Like I said, if you really want to grow your glutes or your legs, especially your glutes, you just need to do a lot of isolation exercises. Now, my secret with the hip abduction machine, so what I do is I'll do a regular weight and I'll do about 50 reps, and I know it sounds a lot, but listen, I'll do 50 reps, or sometimes I'll do 10 and then 8 sets. So basically, yeah, I'll do regular weights, and then after that, I superset another 10 or 20 or 25, but I'm gonna do a low weight and do pulsating hip abductors, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm gonna show you guys, but basically like I said, what you want to do is you want to shock your muscles every time, and you really want to feel that burn. If you're not feeling a burn like that, then it's kind of hard to say that you're gonna feel, because honestly, you want to feel sore the next day. I mean, in my opinion, if I'm not sore the next day, then my workout was really meh, because like I said, you want to shock the muscles and you want to tear the muscles so they can regrow back, okay? Okay, so another important thing that you're probably not doing is the right recovery. Ladies or gentlemen, listen, when you do your exercises, recovery after your workouts and the next day is very important. Also, by the way, as you can see, I'm still supersetting. Like I said, supersetting is your best friend. But yeah, anyways, getting back to recovery is very important, because what it does is when you stretch and foam roll after your workout, you kind of make more room and stretch your muscles for newer gains, and also for your muscles to grow even more. And not only that, I mean, stretching and foam rolling overall just helps with range of motion, prevents injuries, and all that good jazz. I mean, if you really want to know what it does, I mean, you could Google it. We all have access to the internet. So yeah, anyways, recovery is very important. You really want to help your body and be kind and love your body. Recovery is also another form of self-love. For me personally, I like to take baths, use the sauna, stretch, obviously, foam roll, get massages, stuff like that, which will help me feel good and helps with soreness the next day. Okay, so I was saying how hip abduction machine and hip thrusts are what helped me. If I was to choose to those two, it would be hip thrusts that are really your best friend. Hip thrusts honestly are amazing. Now, as you can see, I'm doing my hip thrusts on the hamstring curls. Personally, obviously in my past videos, you guys will see me doing this exercise, but with the bar and weights. If you also are a newbie, this form, I honestly prefer this type, because I don't have to be putting the bar there and removing weight, adding weights, cleaning up after myself after I'm done. This is just an easier form. But yeah, anyways, when you're doing this exercise, really, if y'all want to feel it and grow your butt, use the 2 bands that I'm using. Do about 50 reps, slow and controlled. I swear, you will feel such a huge difference. And guys, also another thing that's really important when it comes to growing is You do not want to overtrain your glutes and your legs. Do not overtrain. You want to, I get people that ask me how many times they should be doing legs. Listen, you don't want to do less than 2 days, and you don't want to do more than 4 times a week, okay? I personally like to do 2 or 3 times a week, mostly 2 times a week, because I like to have 2 days just to recover, focus on recovery, like I said, which is also important for the next time that I work out. And you don't want to be working out when you're sore, and like I said, just overtraining is really bad for you. If anything, you will rather lose muscle than gain muscle. So yeah, anyways, lastly, I'm just doing calves. I just wanted to give an overall. So you guys, honestly, the exercises that I showed you in this video are really what will help you grow your glutes, mainly hip thrusts, okay? Hip thrusts are your best friend. Now, like I said, if you really want to grow your glutes and your legs, all you have to do is glute activation and glute isolation exercises. And if you're not adding resistance or any form, like honestly just any form of resistance to your workouts, you will not grow. And that's just it is. And also another thing is, you obviously want to be eating right. You want to feed those gains, which is also part of recovery. You want to have carbs, so that will help grow your muscles, and protein as well. So okay guys, so this is pretty much it for the video. I changed my leggings. I was trying to record my warm-up and glute activation before I do my exercise, but there was a lady that was complaining, so I'm gonna do a separate video on how to do glute activation and isolation exercises as your warm-up before you get into the actual workout. Okay, so comment down below if you guys really want me to do a separate video on that, and I will do that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video I hope this video gave you information and helped you in a way. Comment down below if you guys have any questions, and I'll try to answer. And yeah, I really hope to see you guys in the next video.
Broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul.